Yo, what's up everyone? In this video, I'll build this full AI system, like AI macro SaaS, using n8n, Supabase, and Claude Code. So first, I've converted this n8n workflow, which is a simple n8n workflow, into this full-fledged AI system here. And this worked fully, and I have built this using Claude Code and just the main of the front end and everything the code has built using Claude Code. And the second is the Supabase, which is for authentication and login credentials. So I've used Supabase for that. So this is a Supabase for that. And this is the n8n workflow. So this works as a backend, and I'll show you how the full system and the full breakdown on how I build this. All right, so let me just show you the quick demo on how this works. So first of all, I'm going to log in. So I'm just going to log in on the system. All right. And we have total resume 0, completed, and in progress. And I'm going to click on the operation, and you have to fill this information till fourth is going to be building the full AI system and giving the AI system in the PDF for me, so I can just download it and send it to the company. That's all about it, right? So let me just fill out the information and get back to you right now. Yeah, so now I have filled out all of the information in the AI system, which is the resume AI. So for the full name, everything, I build this out. It's experience. Either you can add more experience if you want to, like here, just like that. And then if you want, you can add that. Amazing. And the next would be education, University of California, whatever. Add education. If you want to add skills, you can just add skills with the comma, like yeah, system, something like that, right? And then next would be the project, whatever project you have created, and you can add more projects here. Amazing. And then you can choose between templates. For this demo, I'll just build only one template out there, because and then here you can see it is just going to be building one template. Either if I've chosen like 2 or 3 templates, then I have to create a switch node here, and then it will go into different templates, pre-made templates, where this is the template which is code in JavaScript 1 and code in JavaScript 2. Both are templates and HTML, CSS. So I'll just click on create and generate. It is going to generate the resume for me, right? So it's in the processing phase. So if I just go here, and you can see here it's in the it's processing, and once it has processed and it has created, so it is going to be in the complete queue, and then I can download it directly. So let's just wait, and once it has done. Okay, amazing. So it just took 1 minute to create the PDF for here. So I'll just do on view, and you can see the code here and the operation data, and I'll just keep on download, and you can see here the PDF. Basically, it's just as simple. You have to, like, this is just a demo. So if you want like more how we're gonna do this, so you can just edit it here. I can just edit it here, basically on this, on the HTML and CSS one, right? So and here HTML CSS one, which is this is a template for the CSS, so you can just tweak a little on that. So on the indentation, on the lining, on how it should be, right? Basically, and then only he can basically do all that stuff. Let me just break it down on how I build a system from scratch using Claude Code, n8n, and Supabase. So this is the actual workflow that I have built for this building this system, which is this one. So till deployment, because as you can see, I have used Vercel to deploy this, right? So this is the whole how it just seems complex. It is not complex at all. It is very simple. So first of all, when you start the production level AI system, so first of all, you have to build the n8n workflow. So you can either do one thing, which is either you can use directly n8n, or you can use the backend directly in Claude Code, right? So these are 2 things that you can do. But if you do build on n8n, so it is much easier for you to edit and compatible based on that, right? So first is n8n workflow. Set up the n8n workflow, which is build this one, which is a simple webhook trigger, normalize input data, and this is going to generate me a PDF based on the information that I have given here. right? So you have your first of all set up the web trigger that receives the request from the web app, basically from the Vercel app that deployed here, and then build the workflow that turns data into PDF. So as you can see, I have used pdfco.api here for converting into the PDF. So it has like 10,000 credits for free, so you can just create this absolutely free, right? And then you can just respond the webhook, return the process data, which is basically the PDF link, right? PDF link with the what PDF, right? And then on webhook error, handle the error. So if there is an error, so it's going to get the error here, as you can see here. Amazing. And the second setup is to integrate the whole thing, which is n8n, Supabase, and Claude Code. So get the n8n webhook URL, set up Supabase project. Yeah, set up the Supabase project, which I have created resume creator right here. Exactly. And the Claude Code is going to give you the it's given me two SQL, which is one for the jobs. So when you have created the PDF, so it's going to store that PDF into the Supabase database. And second is to user profile, which is authentication, right? So Claude Code has given me these two, right? And then we have create Supabase like API keys, project URL, and add-on keys, which you can get directly from here, from project settings, and then API keys, and then directly from legacy add-on service rule API. So you can just get the API keys directly from here, right? And then have Claude Code to get the Claude Code from Anthropic. So you can just use Claude Code. I use Claude Code on anti-gravity, which is much easier for me because I can just build out the planning using Gemini and then build the whole workflow using Claude Code. So it's much easier for me to save the credits, to be honest. And yeah, get Claude Code. You can run it on VS Code or Terminal or on basically on anti-gravity, right? And phase 3, Claude Code planning. So you just have to plan with the Claude Code, which is initialize Claude Code and open terminals Cloud session, right? Provide the n8n webhook URL. So like everything, you have to provide that. Provide Supabase credentials, API keys. You have to just provide that to the Claude Code. Like, okay, these are the things that I provided. And then use Claude Code, enable AI functionality here. And then create the Claude.md file. This is very important, right? So what the Claude Code MD does, because this is the most important thing, it is going to define the tech stack. What are you going to build? How are you going to build it? Which is, I'm just using React and Next.js for this. Backend would be n8n, database would be Supabase, and the AI would be Claude. Yeah, or you can use GPT or Gemini, whatever you want. And then define the system features using authentication, AI processing, PDF generation, and everything like what your n8n workflow does. You just have to provide that, right? And then define project structure, folders, components, routes, API endpoints, and everything. Just have to define that. Define integration points, how system communicate, data flow, everything. So like you have to tell Claude Code everything about the n8n workflow on how you build this, and how the data is going to flow, and what you need and what you don't need. And then at the end, just tell the Claude Code to build the Claude.md file using plan mode. Just you have to use the plan mode. Don't use any other mode. And I'm going to show you how that is going to work. And then review .claude.md file, which is if it's missing details, then clarify and then go again. If there's no need, then revise architecture update approach. And once you approve the plan, so building the AI system, first of all, the main important thing is to plan. So if you are planning in the right way, then you can build the whole system very smoothly, right? So you know exactly what you need and how you're going to build this. So because it doesn't make the Claude to hallucinate, right? If you know what I mean. And then the fourth is when you have completed the plan. Okay, this is the plan that I want. This is the architecture. These are the stack that I want to use. And then once everything is completed, then you can go to the phase 4, which is project building, which is just building the project. So this Claude Code, just tell Claude Code to alert, just build the project using Claude.md file. and then just go into bypass permissions mode, and then it is going to build you the whole AI system for you with everything that you have given it, right? And then yeah, it is going to build it, implement Supabase auths, build API connections. It's going to do all of the stuff, right? Database layer. It's going to give you the SQL. So Claude Code has also given me the SQL, so which I'm going to show you right now. And then it's going to integrate all system, which is going to n8n to Claude Supabase with the front end, everything. And then once the system is built, and it's going to open the system, and you have to tell the system, and you have to tell Claude Code to open it, to run npm dev and open it on localhost. So it's going to open it on your localhost. And once that is open, so you have to first of all test it. Okay, you have to test the authentication. Okay, I'm going to create a new account, like I'm going to create a new account. So let me just sign out. So I'm going to create a new account and get started. So I'm going to create a new account. This account actually authenticating me to get into the login into the system. So first of all, you have to test the authentication here. And when you have test the authentication and then test the n8n connection here, like is this working or not, the webhook is working or not, and make sure that your webhook is published and it has set into the production mode, production URL. It is set into the production URL that you have to make that, right? Okay. And then you have to test the Supabase securities, like is it saving the PDF, is the workflow working, and just test the whole process. Is it generating the PDF for me or not? And once you have all of the information, end-to-end testing, the full workflow is valid and it is testing from A to point B, and all tests has passed, then the phase 6 would be to deploy. Simple, just to deploy. And you have to connect your GitHub. First of all, you have to install Git for that in your PC. And once you install Git, then you can commit that and tell the Claude Code, okay, I just want to push this project into my GitHub, and just create a repository into GitHub and just paste it here. Push it into the GitHub, and then open Vercel and just import the Git login from GitHub and import the GitHub repository there and configure the environments, everything. So just do a back and forth with Claude Code on what you need to do and what you don't need to do, and just deploy that. And then you can add, which I have deployed from the Vercel URL itself. So you can deploy it using your own custom domain. So you can do that. And this are in system ready. And then we have the system which is live and running. So this is the basically whole flowchart or the workflow that is required for you to building the full-fledged AI system. It does look complex, but it is not complex. And I'm going to provide the link of this diagram in description below, so you can check out and take a look here. So let me just open Claude Code. Let me just open anti-gravity, and just let me just show you how this works in Claude Code right now. Yeah, so this is Claude Code, which I have opened in anti-gravity here. So this is anti-gravity, and this is my project. So first I have told the Claude Code to build me claude.md file, which is this one. So it has built me the claude.md file in detail, Claude Code, right? This one, with all of the JSON files and everything, what is required here. And once this is built, I've told Claude Code, all right, just start building a project for me, and it started to build all of the project for me. And also what I've done is I've also imported my JSON file, n8n JSON file directly here, so it can actually understand and see how this has worked and how this has built, right? And I set up the MCP server and everything. It has given me the .md file to feed me quick start and how to build the workflow, how to import the workflow, and how to do everything. Like basically just given me the guide on how to build a system. It has also guided me on how to build this system. And for the Supabase, it has given me these two SQL, which is what I had just done is I just copied directly and pasted in the Supabase, this and this one. Simple as that. So I have done basically nothing, and this has told me this one system, right? and that's all about it, right? And for the apps, so this has built the whole of the application here, as you can see, right? So it has used React to build the dashboard and everything. And for the UI, I've used v0.app for that. So I just paste it in this here, like this one. Basically, I just like if I have this errors, I just pull Claude Code. Okay, I cannot open history and settings tab in the system, operation not found, and whatever. So it just pulled me this system out for me. And I think it's had I've just tools like this one. Now, like and then at the end, when I have the system ready, when I have everything, now I want to tweak a little on the UI. So what I did is, I now wanted to work on the UI, use the style of the UI of the application, and I would just pasted the visual.app link directly here, and it just pulled me the UI. So the UI that you see on my system is directly from visual.application.app, right? So it's very simple. It's very simple to build. So now let me show you how the whole backend works, because that's the most important part on how the actual backend works in n8n. So let me just quickly show you that. Yeah, so this is the whole end-to-end workflow here, and let me just show you uh, how this has built. So I just go to executions tab. So I'm just gonna copy into the editor. I'm just gonna unpin everything, and I'll just pin all of this. So we have the data here. Amazing, amazing. So first is the webhook trigger. So I'm just getting all of the information from the webhook here directly, as you can see on JSON, right? And then once I've got the system, I'm going to normalize the input data here using a JavaScript code. So we have the source, we have the job ID. So what you see on the top in the AI system, this is this, and everything that we have here, right on the JSON quickly. And here you can see uh the whole like experience repeated block. So it is in one JSON file, right? So as in one JSON file, so you have to split it into different JSONs based on the experience, based on the company that you worked, how many years have you worked. So you have to split on the JSON file here as well. So what I've used is I've used a chat AI model to split the full name. It has used AI model to split this out. This is the user prompt. So simple, normalize the following form submission into the required JSON format. And this is the system prompt, which is this one. So it's very simple. I just given this what is the JSON required output schema that you need to get. And you're a backend data normalization agent, and this is your rules, and this is your job that you have to do. Simple as that. And this is the third this system prompt, which is basically you must only run the valid parsable JSON. So it's a parsed JSON format here. So as you can see, it's also in one JSON, like it's under text JSON. So you have to split this again. So either you can use edit, or either you can use JavaScript. So I've used much easier for me. So now it is making much more sense. So here you can see what the data we have received is this data, which is all scattered data. So now we have this data, which all proper data, which is company name, the role, location, March, start date, end date, description, and everything. This is the data that we have received here, basically. And then what we have done basically is convert this into HTML. So just okay, generate the professional 2-column resume and HTML CSS, and for this data whole, so you just put on the whole JSON formatted data, and the system prompt is simple, which is you written only HTML. You include this A4 size. So basically, I'm just telling it to give me a proper HTML format for this, and it has given me the proper HTML format for this. So now again, it is all scattered, it is all gibberish, and I'm going to use again the code in JavaScript for that. So it's going to give me the lowercase and like it is going to proper indent and do everything for me here and this. And now this one is the actual template. So I'll just use this uh template, like template one. So this is actually template one. So basically this is all the CSS that it has included here, basically, right? And I've used PDF CO API key directly here. So it is going to give me I'm going to use convert tab to HTML to PDF, and then it's going to convert that HTML to PDF with directly here. So let me just copy this link and you can see what I mean. So it has provided me the link and I'll resume that to give code from the AI system. And yeah, I'm just going to respond to the webhook URL. So yeah, that's all about it. I'll give all of the JSON file and the resume AI system file directly into my school community down there. And with this, I'll also provide the link down below in the description for that, right? So we can just implement it, tweak a little based on what you need, and experiment with it, right? And if you're someone who is looking to build these AI systems, you can just book a call down below, and let's see how we can help you with that. Cheers.